All right,
It
good.
looks,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Commissioner T. Or
Um,
Chair T.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming, for joining us at this meeting. I'm calling the meeting to order, and let's begin with roll call. And I'm Chair Simon T, Civil Service Commission for City of Tumwater.
I'm Commissioner Blake Chard with the Commission.
Michelle Sutherland, Secretary Examiner.
Jay Mason, Commander with the Police Department.
Do we have Chief Wicks here? Chief Hurley here? No, no Chief Hurley today?
We do not. I don't see a fire representative present.
Okay. I thought that's an agenda item belonged to him. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yes, we do have number 10. It is agenda item relating to fire, and that is just a exam plan that has been posted before. Our last candidate did not accept the position. We're reposting that
Okay.
same plan.
Okay. All right. Thank you for again, for identifying yourself and for the roll call. And before I move to the next item, is there any proposed revision to the agenda, the meeting agenda?
I have none.
None here.
Okay. All right, so let's move to item number 3, changes to agenda. Number 4, which is approval of minutes. I have read the June 13 minutes and as well as the revised amended final minutes for May 9th meeting, and I don't have any questions or issue. How about you, Commissioner Chard?
No, I read them and they looked correct to me.
Right, in that case, I propose that the meeting minutes for the June 13 and the revised amended minutes for May 9th be approved.
I'll second that motion.
Those who approve of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So both minutes of the June 13 and May 9th amended May 9th minutes hereby approved and adopted. So next item is status of July eligibility list update.
Yeah.
Ms. Sutherland?
Okay, so we do have the status of the civil service eligibility list, the July 2024 update. Looking at the various civil service positions here on the left-hand side, the date established of the list, and then the date the list expires. So the current lists that we have available that are not expiring are current for fire, and they are also current for police. We do have several active continuous lists for entry and lateral level police officer, along with police services specialists 2. And okay. Looks like I don't have any changes to this list.
Okay. Well, thank you. So any question, Commissioner Chard?
No questions.
All right, thank you. Let's move to item number 6, approval of entry-level police eligibility list.
Okay, we have 14 candidates on the entry-level police eligibility list. The changes, as noted on the bottom left, we have 4 candidates that were added to the list, and we have 5 candidates that were removed from the list.
help me out. What does FCI stand for? I think you mentioned that, you explained that before, but I forgot.
I mean, the chief's interview.
Oh, got it. Thank you. All right, any questions? Any other questions, Commissioner Chart?
I have no questions.
Or any motion?
I move we approve the police officer entry level list as presented.
I second the motion, and those who approve of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved, and the police officer, entry-level police officer eligible list approved and adopted. So next item, let me scroll back to agenda item, is item number 7, approval of lateral firefighter eligibility list.
Yes, this is a continuous listing. We do have 7 candidates on the list. Their approval dates were all June of 2024, and those are a continuous listing, good for the next year. We do have, no one was added to the list this month, but we do have 2 that were removed. One was hired, and again, the failed the chief's interview.
Any question, Commissioner Chart?
No questions.
Entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the lateral firefighter eligibility list as presented.
I second the motion, and those of us who approve of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved, and the lateral firefighter eligibility list are hereby approved and adopted. Is hereby approved, adopted. So let's move to the next item, number 8, which is approval of lateral police eligibility list.
Okay, we have 3 candidates on the lateral police eligibility list. We see we have 1 candidate here that looks like it will expire August, so next month of 2024. We've got 2 of those, and we have a new candidate that was placed on the list in June. And seeking approval for the lateral police officer list, and we do have 1 candidate that was removed.
What was the reason for removal of this candidate?
He was hired by a different agency.
Oh, okay. Hired by a different agency? Okay. Any other question, Commissioner Chart?
I have no questions. I would move that we approve the lateral police eligibility list as presented.
I would second the motion, and those of us who approve of the motion said aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. The lateral police officer eligible list is hereby approved and adopted. Let's go to item number 9 on the agenda. Approval of Police Services Specialist 1 exam plan.
Yes, we're presenting this exam plan as we recently had a resignation from a police services specialist 1 course in the police department. So we'd like to post this exam plan effective immediately. And
Okay, go ahead.
so it's showing here that what the rating categories are. 25% for each of these different rating categories: education and training, criminal justice knowledge, diversity and inclusion, and problem solving, with a 70% passing score on that matrix rating, and which is included in 20% of the final score. And then the oral board exam, which is 80% of the final score based on these 4 dimensions seen on the list.
Ms. Sutherland, help me out. I think this is this the same exam plan that was used, been in place, or is this a new one, or is it a revised version of a one previously used?
This is the same exam plan that was utilized previously.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Chart, any question?
No questions.
Actually, I have one question. I might have asked this before, or I might not have. We seem to put a huge amount of weight on the oral board. Is this pretty common for most of the exam plan? We put 80% on oral board, oral score as versus 20% on none. Do you know, Ms. Sutherland, if this is pretty common?
Across the human resource best practices, this is pretty common. I think it can be a range anywhere from 80-20 to 50-50. And I think the police department, along with Chief Wicks and Jay and their management team, has determined that this is the best fit for Tumwater.
Okay, thank you. No question, no further question. Commissioner Chart?
Yes, I move we approve the Police Services Specialist 1 exam plan.
You mean you nominate? You propose? Okay. You make a motion to approve. I second the motion. And those of us who approve of the motion, proposed motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the Police Services Specialist 1 exam plan hereby approved and adopted. I think that is that's the last item that require approval.
We did have a second packet that was sent. We had a request from the fire department to add the lateral fire prevention officer exam plan and process back in. This is the same exam plan that was approved in the spring. They did make an offer to a candidate after going through this process, and he turned the position back. So they will need to repost this and go out again for a fire prevention officer.
Repost the exam plan or repost the vacant position?
Repost the vacant position utilizing this exam plan, yes.
So what is that? I didn't see the revised agenda. Is what is required of the commission to do? Is it
Asking for approval for this exam plan to utilize it again for a job posting to seek a lateral fire prevention officer. Just as exam plan approval.
okay? Any question or motion, Commissioner Chart?
I have no questions, so I will move that we approve the lateral fire prevention officer exam plan and process as presented.
I second the motion, and those of us approve of the motion said aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the lateral fire prevention officer exam plan is hereby approved and adopted. Any
Thank
other
you.
items that require review and approval, Ms. Sutherland?
There are not.
All right, then let's see what is the next. I believe the next one is an update by your office and
Yes, we will start with Jay to do the update for the police department.
Commissioners, thanks for this opportunity. Currently, we have 2 openings and 2 overhire position openings, so technically we have 4 officer opening positions. We have 2 people in background, both entry level. We have 1 individual currently close to completing the field training program, so they should be moving on to being a fully certified officer with our agency. We currently have 3 officers in the academy at different phases. I think 1 is close to graduating at the end of this month. And then additionally, one of the things that we've been strategizing is just looking forward. We're looking at, we've been holding regular new hire oral boards monthly. And with the help of Ms. Sutherland's department, we've been able to stay on top of that fairly well. But we also recognize that the other side of that equation are the potentials for getting increased or actually some lateral applications. If you look at the current list, there's 3 people on there. Not many lateral applications coming in, so we're gonna work with the Human Resources Department as well as with our new communications director and try to come up with a plan for sharing and advertising opportunities for lateral officers with the Tumwater Police Department. So we're excited for that. We need to press forward with that as we look at growth and look at future attrition. We have to try to be innovative and try to find the best officers for our community, both new hire, which traditionally has been great for longevity of the agency, and then lateral officers will help us with some of that short-term need and, you know, hopefully, depending on where they are in their career, long-term health.
Yeah, that's a good way to fill the gaps and especially the needs that you have quickly. What's the means that you generally use to advertise those lateral police officer positions?
I think we've used whatever current like web pages or digital communication methods, and also some of the, you know, older methods for advertising, and that's what we want to try to be much more innovative. You know, I'm all up for putting billboards in, you know, different jurisdictions and sell Tumwater. So we haven't come up with a communications or advertising plan yet. We're just in the initial stages of that.
Those 3 candidates currently on the list, are they from other counties close by, or are they from out of state? Do you know?
One was from the King County area. One, I think, was from Texas, and I don't know, I don't recall where the third is from. And, you know, his recent history, the past several years, we've had very few lateral candidates, and there's all kinds of reasons for that, including local economics and just the policing profession in general. And so we're trying to figure out ways to overcome that and have a much more robust list for lateral candidates.
Well, good luck on that effort, and thank you for sharing the update.
Yeah, we do not have an update from fire this evening, and as Secretary Examiner, I don't have any other updates other than, you know, as the Administrative Services and Human Resources Department. I definitely agree with Jay in that we very much need to be innovative and proactive in how we're recruiting police positions, fire positions, and any of those across the board for the city. So.
Thank you, Ms. Sutherland. And one of the things that I think a few years ago, I forgot her name, your predecessor put in place a pretty progressive or DEI effort, the diversity, equity, and inclusion effort, especially in the recruitment. How's that going? And have you guys seen any? Have you seen any good positive result from those efforts that was put in?
Yes, very, very good positive results. That was an initiative, I believe, mainly for the fire department. And we did follow that same process again, this past winter in doing some recruitments. And it did, work out well. Definitely got some very viable candidates that way. But again, looking with our new communications manager that just started on Monday, working with him, various departments and new communication strategies for recruitment.
Great. Thank you. Keep up the effort. All right. Commissioner Chart, do you have any question, any comments before we adjourn?
Nope, I'm good.
If not, I will entertain, actually, before we adjourn, let's look at the meeting date for the next meeting, which is scheduled for August the 8th. Any question, issue with that proposed date?
No,
I think that
I'll
is
be
good
there.
for me.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay,
Well, let me
Um,
see. I'll actually be in Lake Chelan, but my plan was to attend through Zoom.
so, okay, that shouldn't prevent you from attending. Good, that's good. All right. Well, we'll leave it as scheduled for August the 8th, and then if we need to make any changes, you can just let us know, so.
All right, thank you,
In that
commissioners.
case, yeah, we'll, I take a motion, I accept a motion for adjournment of the meeting,
I move we adjourn.
and I second the motion, and those who of us approve of the adjournment motion, say aye.
All right.
Aye, meeting adjourned. Thank you, Ms. Allen, Commissioner Chart, and Dave, thank you for attending the meeting, and I see you guys on August the 8th, next month.
Yes, thank you. Have a good evening.
But
You too, all right, bye-bye.